来，就是我们这一位小姐姐，恭喜你啊！来，我们看一看你的问题是什么？常州2023要打造什么之都 ？A. 文化之都 ，B. 新能源之都 ，C. 科技之都啊！来思考一下，还是一样，选择2，选择 B， 看看回答是否正确呢？好，恭喜你回答正确，在稍后我们会有工作人员为您送上由微主播所提供的小礼物，谢谢，感谢你的参与。那么朋友们，既然大家已经是热情的参与到了我们的问答当中，接下来 DJ 茂 ，Hello， 先向大家来打个招呼，朋友们，我们一起回应一下他，好不好？来吧，朋友们，让我们跟随音乐的节奏开始，先嗨起来吧！
Welcome to the city of Changzhou. It's the venue for the HSBC BWF China Open 2023 here at the Olympic Sports Center Gymnasium. This city is about 2.5 hours or so from Shanghai, and it is hosting its 3rd China Open in a row. This is the 20th event on the calendar for 2023, and of course it all culminates in the World Tour finals at the end of the year. That's the trophy they're all looking for in that race to the finals, which takes on even more significance because the Olympics are in 2024. So this is what we've got for you here on Court 1, day 2 of action. Mixed doubles is the first discipline of the day, with Terry He and Jessica Tan of Singapore. They've got a big task ahead of them against Feng and Huang, the 3rd seeds from China. In the only event of the first part of the day without any Chinese players, we see women's singles match between Putri Kusuma Wardani of Indonesia taking on Japan's 2nd seed Akane Yamaguchi, who won this tournament back in 2017. Into the men's singles, CHN hoping to turn things around for himself. The Chinese Taipei start up against China's Li Shifeng. He's the 6th seed here. Bei Wen-Tsang has had a superb 2023. She hopes to continue that here at the China Open. She takes on local favourite Chen Yufei, who is the 3rd seed in the women's singles. And then we're back to men's singles here. Zhao Junpeng will be playing Hong Kong China's Li Chuk-yu. Later, plenty to get the local fans excited about. Some more Chinese representation. Also keep an eye out for Anthony Sinisuka Ginting. Good to have the 2nd seed back in action. The Yaimsad sisters are also here, and special mention there to Xiu Sung-jae, who has had a phenomenal couple of weeks. So this is the mixed the brackets for the mixed doubles, and the winner of this match takes on either Tabling or Peak of the Netherlands, or Ye or Li of Chinese Taipei.
Let's welcome the players.
1号场地混合双打，
Group 1 mixed doubles.
由来自新加坡的 徐永海、陈慧涵对阵来自中国的黄彦哲、黄风平。
So our players make their way on. Terry He and Jessica Tan. A big ask today for this couple, and I call them a couple because they are in fact married. And they have to really up their game. It's not been a fantastic year for them, playing against this formidable pair of Feng and Huang Dongping. They've met once before the Indonesia Open 2023 with very straightforward win in that one for the Chinese pair.
Umpire Su Xiaofeng from China, service judge Feng from USA.
3号场地混合双打。
Court 3 mixed doubles.
Slipped down the rankings a bit as well. Jessica Tan, so desperately looking for a return of form. Only 6 wins this year in 21 matches. You contrast that with Feng Yang and Huang Dongping, 41 wins out of 50. I'll give you a bit more detail on all of that shortly. Well, Huang Dongping is the big superstar here, there's no doubt. When she was with Wang Yilu, well, they were absolutely superb. But let's start with Terry He, 28 years of age, 170 centimeters tall, actually born in Malaysia, like the former world champion Loh Kian Yu, a little hotbed of badminton in Malaysia, but moved to Singapore as a youngster, ranked 13th in the world, was actually higher at 13th, much higher with his current partner. That was achieved in only January of this year, which shows how far they have fallen in the last half a year or so. Jessica Tan, actually born in Singapore, coming from a badminton-loving family, her 2 older sisters also former national players, currently 30 years of age. Yeah, they are the Commonwealth champions. That's how good things were last year, the reigning champions. And together they have won 2 titles on the World Tour, the India Open last year, Super 500, and the All Your Masters as well. That's a Super 100. Feng Yang, he's 22. He's a massive 195 from Tianjin, playing at his best ever ranking right now. Former world junior champion with a different partner, Ling Feng Ling, then back then. Already won 5 titles with his new partner, all this year. Indonesia Masters, Thailand Masters, German Open, Korea Open, and most recently the Australian Open. Huang Dongping is the big name, as I mentioned. She's 28, from the south of China, Fujian, 165 centimeters tall, ranked 3rd. Her highest ranking, of course, she's a former world #1 with Wang Yilu, as I mentioned. That was in 2018. An Olympic champion in 2020 with Wang Yilu. Also, World Championships, she's won a silver in 2018 and 2 bronzes in 2019 and 2022 before she changed partners. And a former Asian champion as well, 2018 and 2019. Roberto Tommy Oscariano is our umpire. And she has won a whopping 12 titles in mixed doubles. David Graf von Schwerin is the Austrian service judge. The bulk of that is with Wang Yilu, but the way she is going at the moment with Feng Yang, they've already won 5 together. In just this year alone, she won 8 in total with Huang Dongping. To be fair, COVID-19, the pandemic interrupting their success together, that probably didn't help, but so they won 7 titles together, I should say. She's already won 5 with Feng Yang, so there's a very real chance here that they will overhaul that, maybe even before the end of the year, and then put themselves right in contention for a medal. There's Coach Calvin Ho. Had a little chat with him, very quick one this morning. It was so early that I got things a little muddled. Had a bit of a joke with him. I was asking him if he was ready for the match today. I was taking him in the lift for Terry He. He had a very quizzical look in his face, and I quickly corrected myself. But we had a good laugh at that. But he says they're up for it.
On the right,
And they
and Huang, China.
are looking to hopefully, as I mentioned, turn things around.
And on the left, Yongkai Terry and Kang Wei-Han, Jessica, Singapore. He Yongkai Terry to serve to Wen Yanzi. Level play.
Yeah, they are going to have good support here, of course, in this Olympic Sports Centre gymnasium. The Chinese pair. When you're on 195, you come down at such a height. It's not easy. Oh, very well placed by Terry He.
Over. 1-0.
Every point is going to get
Service over. 2.
cheered on, that's for sure. Dispatched.
3-1.
Yeah, that was basically played right at Jessica Tan.
4-1.
And difficult to maneuver. The body shot is always tough. And it's already a 4-1 lead here. Tough draw already for the Singaporeans, but they've done well in that service return.
2-4.
Terry He there saying that men's doubles and mixed doubles was taking a toll on him. This was at the start of the year, and he's decided to stop doing that.
5.
Stop playing both. He was actually partnered with Lo Kian Hien, who's the brother of Lo Kian Yu, and they were 22nd in the world actually at that time. He said he would continue that if and as and when needed.
3-5.
But unfortunately, since that decision, that was made in January of this year when they were at their peak at 13th in the world, they have unfortunately slipped down the rankings.
Over. 6-3.
They're just 3 behind at the moment, Feng and Huang. Good play there from Jessica Tan, but a bit more subtlety from the Chinese.
7-3.
Makes it very difficult. The disappointment for Feng and Huang is they've had a couple of surprising exits early on this year, which I'll tell you about later, but of course 5 wins. There've been 5 tournaments this year where they've failed to make it to the semi-finals and above and better. Oh, nicely done by Terry He.
Service over. 4-7.
Well, at the this China Open, Huang Dongping has got to 2 semi-finals, 2017 and 2018. She got to the final in 2019. Losing to their biggest rivals,
Service over.
Zhou Wei and Huang Yaqiong.
8-4.
So she's got a very good record here. I'd love to go one further and win this thing. They're leading by 4 here. Make that 5.
9.
This is Feng's first ever China Open. As for the Singaporeans, it's also their first ever China Open here. There's a China Open, of course, in elsewhere, but this particular China Open making his debut. The lead is now an imposing 6. Well, nicely done on the back end there by Terry He. He's been getting a number of winners.
5, 10.
That's a nice one there from Jessica Tan. That'll help her as well. Confidence. Yeah, as I was telling you, the Singaporeans, unfortunately this year, that just not had a great run of luck. They haven't gone beyond the second round of any tournament they've played in. Eleven first-round exits this year. Just wide. And 3 second-round exits. So of the 14 tournaments they've been in, they just haven't progressed. Rub the green has not gone their way. And here they are trailing by 5 in the first game. 你要么手上加点，要么脚上加快，就这样。没有你，他就上来扑了一两个，其他的都没什么就这样。没事呀，他上来冲。对。你可以用把这一拍过长一点，然后直接马上就准备下手的时候就好了。然后自己的节奏，自己的节奏，不用慌张。
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Okay, ready for court.
Well, they at the World Champs, the Singaporeans actually won their first-round match, Matthias Turi and Amelie Maylund. They lost to the eventual winners, Hyo Seung-jae and Chae Yu-jung, in the next round, but that first-round victory
over. 7, 11.
was the first after a run of 8 consecutive first-round defeats in World Tour tournaments. So
8.
Desperately
11.
hoping for a little change in form here. And they quickly garner a couple of points after the interval. That's important. Back within striking distance. That's going to go out. Now, yesterday we had a little bit of sideways drift from right to left. We also had a little bit of drift, quite a bit of drift actually, from behind the far end. So, from behind Terry He and Jessica Tan right now. That can change, by the way, overnight, depending on doors that are open, drafts that have changed, all that can, but generally that's what it is for now. I'll have my co-commentator Steen in later on. We'll see what he feels about it all. That looks to be good. I thought it was, and that's why Jessica Tan is challenging that. Oh, it is, tight. But it is out. Oh, unlucky. Worth a challenge.
Service over. 12, 9. Play. Service over. 10, 12.
Well, they are still within range. Yeah, this is good as far as the Singaporeans are concerned. Just 2 behind now. That's wonderful placement. Huang Dongping, so good at that sort of thing.
10. Service over.
This time she can't
11,
quite lift it across.
13.
So of the 128 first-round matches that they've had, the Singaporeans have won 69 and lost 59. Then that's
12,
as close as
13.
it is because of those 11 that they've lost this year alone, which is, as I said, been a very disappointing time for them, I'm sure.
13. Oh.
But this is excellent. They'll be delighted that they've actually drawn level here. They were trailing by 5 at one point. So this is really giving them a massive boost.
Right.
You can hear the Chinese crowd trying to get behind their players. Feng and Huang, they're the only Chinese players on the courts at the moment. It'll be a big roar if they get the next point. Good aggression there from Terry He. And lovely subtlety from Jessica Tan.
14, 13.
And they've done brilliantly here. Well, that's the first time the Singaporeans have had the lead in this match. Reminder again. It was 11-6 at one point. So they've done so well.
14. Oh.
They've won 8 of the last 11 points. So that has been an excellent spell for them. They need more of that, remember, against this very impressive pair of Huang Dongping and Feng Yangzi. Oh, he's mishit that Terry He. He was actually in a really good position. Hit the frame of his racket.
15, 14.
Yeah, just look here. He just didn't get the connection he wanted.
Thank you. 15, 14. Service over. 15 off.
They're really battling for points now, aren't they? This is trading away. No one able to take a grip on this just yet. So this is going to go down to the wire, perhaps. Just a bit too much power on that down the line from Feng Yangzi.
Service over. 16, 15.
The one match that they did play, it was ended in half an hour. 21-15, 21-10. Took just 31 minutes, that one. There's a very different feel to this right now. That's a really good service return from Terry He.
60.
That's aggressive. He snatched at that one, he knows it. Terry He.
Service over. 17.
He's an actually aggressive player. I'll just mention the results of He and Tan. What about Feng and Huang? First round matches. They've played 15 and only lost 2. That was right at Terry He, so he had to take kind of evasive maneuvers.
18,
difficult.
16.
They've won their last 5 in a row, Feng and Huang, in the opening rounds. The last time they lost an opening round match was at the Thailand Open in May, where they lost surprisingly to Chen Tangjie and To Yi-wei. Now 2-point lead, quite crucial at this stage, given the context. Just a turn. Can only do so much to get to that, and not enough height to get past Huang Dongping, who snaps it up. Oh, very nicely played by Terry He. Lovely on the angle there. He needed that, didn't he? Still trailing by a couple. They've suffered quite a number of straight games defeats, so good reactions here. They've kept it alive here, the Singaporeans. Again, a shot across the body is so difficult to return. And there are 3 game points here for Feng and Huang. Absolutely relentless there from Feng Yang. And they have taken the first game, the Chinese pair. But they've had to work pretty hard for it, 21-17. There will be some plus points there for the Singaporeans going into the next one. But they have to win it to stay alive.
给他协助的标准这些，典型的他年轻的很快了，很轻的身体就可以。你看啊，能过来保持好出来。
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Back on court. Second game. Level. Play.
So now, in this second game, let's see what the Singaporeans can do. That was a steepling smash there from Terry He. Not quite enough depth on that lift from Huang Dongping. Well wide, isn't it?
2 love.
Well, he and Tan have played Chinese opposition 16 times in the opening round of tournaments. They've won only 4.
Service over. 1,
They've
2.
lost their last couple. One of them was against Feng and Huang Dongping, and that was at the Indonesia Open.
Out.
Fairly tight start again to this one.
3, 2.
Yeah, he's dispatched that nicely. Terry He, he's got
3.
the bulk of the winners today for the Singaporean pair. Gets up nice and high for those jump smashes. Yeah, the crowd enjoy that one.
4, out.
Well, because of that drift situation, you've got to be very careful. You're not sure whether that's going to go beyond the line. So Terry had to play that really late. Changed his mind there. But it came just a tad late. Chinese in front here by 1. Going for the flick serve. Oh, well wide that one.
6-4.
Trailing by 2 here. Feng and Huang. They're looking to impose themselves. Couple of unforced errors from Terry He. Now that's well placed.
Service over. 5-7.
And this is what they were good at doing in the first game. When he and Tan were trailing, they always kept themselves within that sort of striking distance, as we said. And at one point, trailing by 6, 4-10 it was, and then really bounced back brilliantly. Yeah, there's no way that Huang Dongping was getting to that. Nicely done by Terry He.
Thank you, Line Judge.
So in this sort of scenario, this is good as far as the Singaporeans are concerned. This is kind of where they want to keep it for now. Talked about the record of Singaporeans this year, the number of first round exits. What about the Chinese pair?
Play.
As I mentioned, they've won 5 titles. They've been in 1 on the final.
Service over. 8-6.
Have a look at this one again. Had to dive right across it. Terry He. Yeah, the Chinese have had 2 first-round exits. I think I've told you about them already. All England and Thailand Open. 3rd round out of the World Champs. That was a big surprise. And then a couple of semi-finals. Overall, an excellent year.
Eight, 6.
Yeah, they've found these situations a little tough, Singaporeans. She hurt herself? I think she's all right.
Service over. 7-9.
That might have been going out, you know, but it doesn't matter. Ian Tan have won the point anyway.
8-9.
Trailing by 1 here. Oh, really nicely done by Huang Dongping.
10.
Just watch how she's returned this. Lovely bit of deception there from her. Body one way, racket the other. Beautiful with a 3-point lead, less than the first time. But they are in front, having also taken the first game. Huang Dongping and Feng Yangte.
Shuttle, Huang, shuttle. 11-8. Play.
Now, it was about this stage where the Singaporeans actually mounted quite a comeback.
Service over.
They were 6-11 down. They're in a slightly better position now here. And they drew at 14-all, if you recall. Actually had the lead briefly as well. 14-13, excuse me, they had the lead. Only time they had the lead in this match. Just wouldn't go over for Jessica Tan.
Service over. 12-9.
Again, really good placement there from Terry He. Chinese have kept this alive. Oh. Just in, was it? Yes.
39.
Oh, that's got to be frustrating. Yeah, on the line. It looked like they were in trouble here. They lead by 4.
Thank you very much. Play.
And this is in danger of running away from the Singaporeans.
9.
With this lead of 5 for Feng and Huang. Remember, they did come back from a similar situation a little earlier in the game in the last one. And this is now getting tougher and tougher for Terry here, Jessica Tan. Again with the body shots. On Terry He, not much you can do about that. But it's been a very good run for the Chinese. Well, that was a body shot. It's a little bit of
10, 16.
taste of her own medicine there, I suppose. So that ends a run of 5 points on the trot. A very valuable 5 points. Just when the Singaporeans were starting to bear down on the Chinese, at 11-9. Just when it was looking a bit tight, and they surged ahead, the Chinese. Now, the Singaporeans need to do something quite special here. Going across the body of Jessica Tan.
Service over. 7-10. Service over.
It's a little sliver of hope here
17.
for he and Tan. And Feng and Huang marching on, it looks like, at the moment.
11.
Well, he and Tan have played top 5 opposition 12 times before this. Top 5, like what their opponents are today, they're 3rd ranked in the world. They have never beaten a top 5 pairing in those 12 meetings. Come close. Nicely done there from Terry He. We need a lot more of that.
18.
Yeah, the closest they've ever come, because they've lost straight games in all their matches, barring 2. 2017, they lost to Lu Kai and Huang Yaqiong, who were the number 2 pair in the world, lost 22-20 in the last game, the 3rd one. And much more recently, in the Indonesia Open last year, Huang Dongbing, this very player here, Wang Yiliu, they lost 24-26 in the last game. How frustrating. They were well before that. And at the time, Terry He and Jessica Tan were world number 39. So they've actually come close twice against very impressive pairs, but right now they are struggling here. And there are 8 match points. So, Feng Yangchen, Huang Dongbing win this one. Second game pretty comfortably. Decent fight from the Singaporeans in the first game. It's their 12th exit in the first round, unfortunately, and they continue their record against top 5 opposition. It's now an unlucky 13 in a row without a win against opposition in the top 5. Well, these two hoping to win their first ever China Open title. And they have started their campaign pretty well here. So a good win there for the Chinese pair of Feng Yangchen and Huang Dongbing. The 3rd seeds from China beat Singapore's Terry He Yongkai and Jessica Tan Wei Han 21-17, 21-12. They've done it in 38 minutes.